And joining me now to talk about his new book, which has got some buzz here inside the Beltway. It's called The Big Break, is Ben Terris. Ben, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you were trying to, I think, chronicle Washington's attempt to return to normal. Is that the best way to describe what the goal of this book was?
Yeah, I mean, there was this belief that Washington could return to normal, right? There was a president coming back who is kind of your very definition of a politician, and there's a lot of hope and belief that, okay, after 4 years of Trump, maybe things can be normal. But I've been here long enough to know that, like, things are not normal.
What was the normal that you think people were describing? Did you ever figure that out? Because when you described that, I was saying to myself, well, what is the normal? Is the normal what Washington was in the 90s? Is the normal what Washington was in wartime during the aughts? Was it what Washington was for the 3 years, the last 3 years of Obama? I don't know. Like, what is the normal? And I didn't know what it was.
I think a lot of people outside of Washington, when they think of normal, they just don't want to be thinking about Washington all the time. They don't want it to be like the cages are being rattled and it seems like we're going to have a nuke dropped on us at any moment, or a nuke is going to be dropped on a hurricane. You know, it just meant like some bipartisanship, some legislation getting passed. Maybe there's gridlock, but you don't have to think about it and hear about it all the time. You're not going to have these bomb throwers kind of in your ear at, you know, every minute of the day.
What I like about your book is that I've been here 30 years. And you reminded me of the title because I didn't have it right. Gucci Gulch is sort of the first book I remember that sort of wanted to explain how Washington worked. And then we had This Town by Mark Leibovich. I feel like you are in this tradition. You're like, hey, this is how Washington's working now. And you found a really broken Washington, I thought.
Yeah, and you know, This Town is like, that's kind of how I got interested in Washington and covering it. I'm a feature writer at the Washington Post. I'm looking for characters, and I want the stories to be fun, even if they're dark, right? I mean, it's This Town or Veep. When you watch Veep, you laugh, but you're also like,
you cringe.
This isn't good.
I was just going to say, the Christmas party with the Hunt heiress and the Schlaps on the same, I mean, you use these to, look, there's nothing like a Christmas party. I think Mark Leibovich used a memorial service, which in an odd way works the same way, right? You use two different Christmas parties that were actually happening on the same night.
Yeah, and so the fact that I have this job means I can see that Washington is broken, but I get to go places and figure out why. You know, I wrote this book not for the insiders, but for regular, normal people who want to know why the insiders seem so nuts. I think there are going to be people who read this book and hate some of these characters, like some of these characters, laugh their way through this book, feel like they're on an adventure. You know, not everyone's going to love their own.
Did you write a grifter book?
A grifter book? That's a good question. I think Washington has a lot of grift. I wouldn't call it a grifter book because I think Washington has lots of different types of people.
You don't think you were portrayed, you don't think a couple of these people are grifters at the end of the day?
Look, I don't like to put a label on it, right? I think some people will read this book and say, yeah, these guys are taking advantage of the system.
I find Sean McElway to be really disturbing in this book because he sort of is very comfortable talking about how he gambles on clients he works against. I'm just sitting there going, you know, as somebody who has been handicapping politics for 30 years, I often joke about it. Hey, it'd be fun to set lines. Hey, it'd be fun to, you know, and I actually see all this garbage betting and I see how bad it is. I'm like, wow, a lot of money could be made here if somebody really wanted to do it, and it sounds like this guy did.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked by it.
I think that's a scandal, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought so too, and what made it really interesting to me is he was doing it so openly. It's sort of one of the lessons of the Trump era.
Nobody blinked around that poker table.
Yeah, it's like if you're doing something and you're open about it, people will be like, oh, is that allowed? And I'm a journalist, and I couldn't believe he was doing it in front of me.
The big takeaway I got from your book was the business of Washington is having a harder time than ever at being bipartisan, because usually the most successful businesses in Washington were the lobbying firms that figured out how to be bipartisan, and that seems to be what you found is having a hard time recovering.
Yeah, people like to talk about Washington, they talk about the game, right? It's always like, oh, they're in on the joke, they get the game.
Well, I used to joke, honor among thieves.
Yeah. Well,
okay, at the end of the day, the Democratic lobbyists and the Republican lobbyists shared the same dinner, and they rotated which client they were going to charge it to.
Right. Well, now the joke is so dark that it's not funny, and it might not even be a joke anymore. A lot of people are actually true believers that their side is good and the other side is evil, or they at least have to act that way.
Even in the lobbying world.
Even in the lobbying world. And they have to, at the very least, they have to act that way, because otherwise they're going to lose all their credibility among their people.
Is this a case where we're still another election away from a new normal being set? Do you feel like there is a normal right now? Or are we just still in this sort of where Washington almost feels like it's a wartime city. It's a weird war, but it's in a wartime.
It feels that way. It feels that way. And look, the thing about Washington is people make predictions all the time. They're always wrong, and there's not really much of a consequence for it. I don't know. I can't make the prediction. But I'd like to believe that things can get normal at some point. I mean, we've been through a lot as a country. We could probably get through this.
Ben Terris, it's a terrific book. You have amazing characters. It's a lot of fun to read.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.